Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my February favourites. I can't believe how quickly this year has flown by already. It's already the end of February going into March. It's just crazy, but I've got a few products that I'd like to share with you, so if you'd like to see my February favourites then please keep watching. So the first product I want to talk about has been my favourite foundation brush for the last month. I got this at the start of January and I've only just recently started using it, but I've really fallen in love with it. And it is the Tarte Airbrush Buffing Foundation Brush, and this is just so amazing to use for your foundation. It's a really nice compact kabuki brush with synthetic hairs, so it's really easy to blend your foundation into the skin and it just gives you such a flawless finish. I don't find I get any brush streak marks from this, so that's why I've been loving it so much. So this is the Tarte Foundation Brush. My favourite primer for the month has been the Tarte Clean Slate Smoothing Primer. I haven't used this one in a while, but I've recently tried it out again and I absolutely fell in love with it, so I'm definitely going to keep using this for a little while longer. I love the texture of this primer. It's like a really soft mousse-like formula and I find it just blends into the skin so smoothly and just gives a really nice veil over the top of the pores to cover over any open pores on the skin, and it just makes your skin look so flawless and smooth before you're applying your foundation. So I've been really loving this primer for the last month. Next, I've been loving the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I've had this one for a little while as well, but I've just recently rediscovered it and I've just been using it non-stop. It is definitely one of my favourite foundations. I especially love the formula. It's a really nice liquidy smooth texture, so I don't find you get too much heaviness or cakey looking foundation finish on the skin, so that's why I really love it. It is more of a medium coverage, so once again it's not going to look too full on or too full coverage unless you want to build it up a little bit more, which you definitely can with this product. I also love the finish that this foundation gives. It just gives such a dewy natural glow look to the skin, and because I do have dry skin, that's definitely what I look for in a foundation. So I've been really loving this Too Faced Born This Way foundation throughout February. This next product is one that I've had for a little while, but I haven't actually used it all that much. And I found it in my makeup drawer the other day and I decided just to try it out, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And it is the Chanel Soleil de Tan Liquid Bronzer, and this is just such an amazing product. Because it's summer over here in Australia, you really want that nice bronzed, dewy, glowing look to the skin. So I've been finding mixing this in with my foundation, it just gives such an amazing glow. And I also use this as a bronzer just to give a little bit more dewiness on my cheeks, and I just find it looks absolutely amazing. So this is the colour. I've just blended a little bit into my skin and you can just see how amazingly beautiful, glowing and iridescent that is, and it just gives such an amazing look on the skin. I've been really loving this. I think I'm going to do a summer foundation look and just using all really natural creamy liquid products to give you a really nice flawless look for summer, so I'm definitely going to be using this one in a tutorial coming up. I just love how it gives such a beautiful soft bronze glow, and there's a little reflex of gold in there, so it just makes your skin look absolutely beautiful, and I've been really loving this one. Next is this MAC Prep and Prime Colour Correcting Powder. I've had this one for a little while when I used to work at MAC and I hadn't really tried it out much. Once again, I found it in my makeup drawer and I decided just to pull it out to give it a go, and I really loved this product and how it worked. So on the back here it says that this is a Prep and Prime CC Colour Correcting Loose Powder, and this is in the colour Neutralize, which is the soft yellow shade. And I've been loving using this to set concealer underneath my eyes and also down at the middle of the face when I highlight, and I just find it just gives such a nice bright yellow toned look just to make your skin look more highlighted and more bright, and I've just been really loving this. I've been going through my Laura Mercier powder like crazy, so I wanted to find something else to use in between, and this one I've just really found that I've really liked it. It's a really nice fine milled powder, so it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin. I just find it really easy just to dust underneath the eyes and on the skin, and it just looks really beautiful. So this is the MAC Colour Correcting Powder in the shade Neutralize. This next one is an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Benefit HOOLA Bronzer. I've been reaching for this one quite a lot lately and I've been using it to contour on my cheeks. I've just really fell in love with it again, and I really love this colour for contouring, particularly on my skin tone when I have a bit more of a tan. I just find it looks really beautiful. So it's just the really nice cool toned bronzing colour. I find this one not to be too dark or too on the brown side, because sometimes that can just look a little bit muddy on the skin. I find this one to just be the perfect amount of cool tone and it just looks really natural to give you really defined looking cheekbones. I've been really loving the HOOLA bronzer throughout the month of February. For blush, I've been using this ColourPop blush in the colour Between the Sheets quite a lot lately, and I just absolutely love the colour and the formula of these blushes. This one is just a beautiful soft rosy pink shade, and it's like a really interesting mousse-like texture. It feels really creamy when you put your finger into it or a brush. I do recommend using either your finger or a synthetic brush with these products because they tend to just blend the easiest and work the best on the skin. But this just feels really interesting when you touch it. It just gives a really nice soft cream finish, but when you apply it on the cheeks it sets as a powder, so it stays on really well, and I've just been loving this colour. So it's just like a really soft rosy pink tone, and just been using this for more of a natural everyday blush colour, and I've just been really loving it throughout the last month especially. For highlighter, first of all I have my favourite liquid highlighter, and it is the Benefit High Beam. I've just been falling in love with this one all over again. I have had it for a little while, but I just really love this one. It's just a really beautiful soft pink champagne colour, and in summer over here in Australia, liquid and cream highlighters usually work the best on the skin because you're going to be out in the sun. It can be quite hot and humid, and I just find that they sit on the skin the best and they don't tend to move around. So this Benefit High Beam one has been perfect. And so there is the colour there, just a really soft illuminating glowing pink tone, and I've just been absolutely loving this colour for summer just to give a really nice soft luminous glow on the cheeks. So Benefit High Beam has definitely been one of my favourites throughout February. And my second favourite highlighting product, which is actually like a highlight, blush and bronzer palette all in one, is this one by the BALM, and it is the MANIZER Sisters, the Luminizing collection. I've just been reaching for this one so much because it has all three in the one palette. It's just really convenient. So first of all, it has this really nice big mirror up the top, which is always really handy to have. And then you've got your highlight, blush and bronzer shade. So first of all, the Merry Luminizer, which is a cult highlight favourite. I do love this highlighter a lot, so it's really handy having it in a palette form. And then the Cindy Luminizer is a really beautiful soft pink blush colour, or you could even use this as a highlight if you like more of that pinker tone highlight. And then you've got the Betty Luminizer, which is a really beautiful shimmering bronze colour. I love to use this over the top of a matte bronzer in summer especially, just to give a little bit more glow to my cheeks, and I just find it looks really beautiful and glowing. So I've been loving using these three in the palette, and I just think it's a really good idea having a highlight, blush and bronze colour all in the same palette. So the BALM, the MANIZER's palette has definitely been one of my favourites this month. Moving on to some eye products. First of all, I have the Anastasia Brow Pro Palette. I've been reaching for this one quite a lot. I've been really into filling my brows in with a powder recently. I just find it a lot more quick and convenient sometimes than using a brow pencil or a brow gel. So I've just found the powders have been my go-to this month. And this is the best brow pro palette. If you're a makeup artist, you definitely need one of these in your life because it has pretty much every single brow colour under the sun that you would need. So it's really convenient having all the colours in one palette that you can take with you in your makeup kit. So these are all the shades that you have here, and I've been especially reaching for the dark brown here. So I use the darker shade on the tail end of my brows where I have a little bit more sparse hairs. And then I use the lighter colour just to lightly fill in the front of my brows, and I've just been finding it gives a really nice defined shape to my brows. I do use an angle brush with it, so you can be quite precise with the shape that you're wanting for your brow. So I've just been finding using a brush with a brow powder to be the easiest way to fill out my brows, and I've been loving it the most for the month of February. Next, for eyeshadows, I've just been going through this palette so much recently, and I just pretty much haven't been reaching for anything else because it has everything I need. And it is from MAC, and it is the Eyes Time 15 palette in the warm shade. So all of the warm tones, which are always going to be my favourite colours because I just can't do an eyeshadow look without using a warm tone colour, and I just find this palette has just got everything I need in it, and it's just the perfect palette. So these are all the shades here. This is a pre-made palette with the 15 colours, so you can't swap them in and out, but I find that's okay because I pretty much use every colour in here. Especially this one here, you can see I've pretty much nearly gone through it. I do use that to set my eye base and just to blend all over the lid before I apply any other eyeshadows, and that way all my eyeshadows are going to blend a lot easier on the eyelids and look a lot more smoother and don't look patchy or anything. So I've been going through that colour like crazy, But my other favourite colours in the palette is definitely Saddle. I absolutely love this. I always use this as a transition shade just because it's the perfect warm brown. I also love Amber Lights. I love this for all over the lid as a really beautiful gold smoky eye. I also really love Honey Lust for just a really natural soft pink champagne. I just apply this all over the lid with a little bit of Saddle, and that's just a really beautiful natural everyday look. And I do really love the two cranberry colours up the top here. I do use those quite a bit when I want to add a little bit more colour to my eyeshadow looks. So this palette is pretty much everything I need in one. It's very convenient having so many colours in one palette that you can just mix and match, and you can create so many different eyeshadow looks with this palette. So this has definitely been my favourite eyeshadow palette throughout February. And lastly, moving on to lip products. My favourite lip products for the month have been liquid lipsticks, and they are from ColourPop. So I've got a few different colours here. I've just been loving the formula of these. I find that they dry on the lips, but they do not feel crackly, and they don't start to wear away at all, even when I'm drinking and eating. So I've just been loving the formula of these and the colours. They've got such a humongous range of colours, like you could find any colour that you want in a liquid lipstick. So these have just been my favourite for the month especially. So the first colour is the one I'm wearing on my lips today, and this is called Bumble. This is just such a beautiful rosy tone pink with a tiny bit of red to it. I just find this lip colour complements so many different eyeshadow looks. Whether you're doing a dark smoky eye or a more natural smoky eye, you can definitely wear this colour. And I've just been loving the more rosy toned looks for summer over here in Australia. I just think they look really beautiful with all different makeup looks. So this one here is called Bumble. The next shade is this gorgeous brown called Limbo, and this is just such an amazing colour. I really love dark, rich chocolate brown colours on the lips. I just think that they look amazing, and this one is just so incredibly beautiful. I have seen that this is a dupe for the Kylie Jenner True Brown K lip kit if you weren't able to get your hands on that, which I haven't because they keep selling out so quickly, but this one is definitely meant to be a dupe for that. So if you couldn't get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend trying out Limbo by ColourPop. And the next one here is this little baby one which came out in one of the sets around Christmas time. They had 5 little mini liquid lipsticks in the set, and I found that was really good because you got it for a cheaper price, and that way you could try out a few different colours and see if you liked the formula or not. I especially love this one here called Tulle, which is a little bit more of a darker tone colour than I have on my lips now. It's got a little bit more red, a little bit more berry undertone to it, so I've just been loving this colour, especially in summer as well. And the last colour is probably the all-time favourite colour from ColourPop. Everyone raves about this, and I know why. This one is called Beeper. It's just the most amazing nude colour. It's a bit more of a pink with a slight brown undertone, and I just find this colour would suit anyone. It's just amazing. Any eyeshadow look you create, you could definitely pair this with it, and it would just look really, really nice. So I've been especially loving this for more of an everyday nude colour. I've been wearing Beeper quite a lot throughout February. And so these are the swatches of the colours in order. So we first have Bumble, which is a really beautiful rosy pink shade. Limbo, which is that really rich dark chocolate brown, which I absolutely love. Then we have Tulle, which is more of a deeper red berry tone colour. And then we have Beeper, which is a really beautiful soft nude pinky brown tone. So the pigment on these is amazing. That was just one swatch of the colour, so you can see how vibrant and how beautiful they are. And the formula of these is amazing. Like I said, it doesn't dry on your lips. They don't feel uncomfortable to wear, so I've been really, really loving the formula of the ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So those are all other products in my February favourites. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You saw some products that you might want to go out and try for yourselves, or ones that you've been looking at and now you can get a little bit of a review on those. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!